and my album was just coming into form at the same time. So one didn't catch up with the other. You know, their experience with radio and them having a brand new act. You know, so but it was no regrets. It was a great learning experience. I got a lot of critical acclaim from the album from some of the top people in the music business: Teddy Riley, Prince. People came into my shows, so I felt a sense of accomplishment in that.
Because you can't really explain the Gypsy Blues project. It's very different to everything else that was coming out.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't your generic sound in the urban charts.
It was like kind of just a combination of all my influences. It was it had some jazz influences. It had some hip hop influences. It had some rock influences, soul elements. You know, whatever was playing in my house, I put all those things into Gypsy Blues. And you know, people who knew music and people, you know, really everybody. It was really a good feedback. But when you try to get a record like that in these days on radio, it's hard to, you know, what format did you put? Do you put it in? Do you put it in rock, R&B, garage, rap? And it was kind of before my time.
So so you worked with Teddy Riley for a bit? How long?
Yeah.
So that was from 95, 96?
Yeah, 95 to spring 97. I was working with Teddy mostly all the time. I worked on a couple of Blackstreet albums.
Which ones?
Finally.
Okay.
That was the album I did a couple of songs on. Yeah. And I worked with him on a project he did with Mel B from Spice Girls. I worked with him on a project he did for the Wild Wild West soundtrack with Guy. And a couple of groups he had. Anything I had to do, freelance, whatever it was.
Did you do any of the 8th Avenue stuff? Was it 8th Avenue? Teddy Riley had some acts out at the time. There was Mikey as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, 8th Avenue actually sung the hook on one of my songs for the Blackstreet album. It was a song called Off the Floor. She was on the floor. And 8th Ave is the female singing the hook and Chauncey singing the actual verses. Yeah,
So what does the future hold for Jack Knyte? Where's he going?
Wow, the future. My future ultimately is to perfect my craft, to get better at what I do. I'm still learning. I still want to learn more about instrumentation and sound and go into other aspects of music. You know, I love new age music. I love Enya. I love Bjork. Mm-hmm. I love other things. And Fela Kuti. You know, I love a lot of things. I want to kind of branch off into more music. Just get more deep into music. And I want to give back of what I know. Give back in my craft. I want to teach, you know, kids. And I have a program which I'm real passionate about. It's called Finding Your Way. So the future kind of holds that for me, you know, kind of expanding my craft and giving back to others.
Because you're releasing a DVD soon, right?
Yeah, releasing a DVD. Yeah. It's going to be a DVD documentary of, it's going to be a how-to DVD in terms of how to write and how to produce and what's the beginning stages of that. And but then it goes into a documentary of my program. It's called Finding Your Way through the art of songwriting. And a lot of my friends helped me with it. Puff, Little Kim, Mario Winans. And we teach kids music, songwriting. We will also teach them different life skills. Things about life, the art of finance, health and wellness, dreams of things. You know, things that kind of associate with music, but more so just about being a better person in life. And I feel, you know, people have an effect on kids, especially if you have a certain level of celebrity. So I'm using that celebrity I have to come into their lives, to give them what they want, so they want what we have to give. And
your book's done very well, hasn't it? You've got a book.
Oh yeah, my book's done very well.
Can you explain to people what that book is, where they can get that book? Because I think that'd be useful for a lot of people.
Okay, my book is called The Art of Writing a Hit Song, The Urban Experience. Even though you can use it on any genre of experiences in life on music, but it's called The Urban Experience, and it details all the tricks of the trade that I use to make the songs for J-Lo, for Puffy, for Usher, and to go step by step, the formulas, everything's in that book. And you can get it right now online at MySpace/TWF Club. That's the Writing Factory Club. TWF Club. The Art of Writing a Hit Song. And the feedback has been good online, you know, with sales. But just people's lives have been changed. Just seeing the process, the same process that it takes to make a great business or make a great relationship is the same process that goes into writing a song, because you're dealing with collaborating and working with producers and writers and, you know, so forth and so on. So, you know, it's been a lot of good feedback, good letters, emails.
What made you take the transition from making music to actually taking the step to say, I want to help people? What was it in you that made you feel to do that?
Wow. Just, you know, a lot of my people, they kind of focus, you know, urban people, we focus on a lot on the outer, whether it's clothing, fashion, music, things you can see, touch, and things that you like. But I didn't see no one focusing on education. And I felt education was key when it comes to reading your contract and knowing your business after you blow up and after you sell those platinum records. It's also smart knowing what to do with your money sometimes. And, well, all the time, I should say. And I felt that, you know, everybody else gave back in their own ways. And the way I want to give back was giving back in a way that combined the music portion of what I did and combined the educational aspect and brought those two things together. And it was kind of just out of necessity, you know, for me, for my soul, and for the point I'm at in my life and the success that I've been given, and I want to kind of give that back. But honestly, it happened at one point after 9/11. After 9/11, it was a real slump in the music business. So I became like a kind of a stay-at-home dad. My wife, she was running her business and working, and you know, I wound up going to different venues with my daughter. You know, if they wanted me to come to, you know, they need someone to do something with the kids, they call me. They need someone to read to the kids, they call me. So after a while, that became like my daily thing, my daily routine, and I felt good about doing it. I felt energized by the kids in her class, and I want to carry that over back into what I was doing with Puffy and with the music, and so.